Well, I think I found a spot to set my camp up. Right between this tree and that tree. It's a good spot. I got this little hill up here which is blocking the wind from the sound. So that's good. And the family of deer were right over there. It must have been like 15 or 20 of them. And when they saw me coming, man, they took off. It was awesome. Alright, time to set up. Alright, I'm all set up. There's no wind, so I didn't feel I needed to put on the doors for the Wildwood Superfly tarp. Let's take a look inside. I have my backpack rigged up on the tree. Here's a Mount Washington 4 underquilt. I opt to have the bug net pushed over to the side just because it's the winter time and I don't have a problem with bugs. This is the Mountain Hardware Lyell negative 15 degree bag. I tend to be a cold sleeper, so I chose to bring out the big guns. I'm gonna probably take a nap out here in the afternoon. And I have my Columbia 700 fill down coat and my Montbell thermal wraps that I want to put on in a few minutes, just because when you're hiking you tend to generate a lot of heat, and I was very toasty during the whole hike, but now I'm not really moving that much. I'm freezing to death, so it's only 28 degrees, so I'm going to switch into those. One problem that I had last time when I used the Mount Washington underquilt was that the footbox area split underneath all the time. So what I did was, it had a tie out, so all I did was I did a Pro-6 knot, tied it to the ridge line, and then clipped it on, and that seems to be doing the trick. I'll make myself some hot cocoa and just relax and chill out. Alright, I've got some snow in my my cup. I'm going to throw it on the bongo and make some hot cocoa. How long it's going to take that? Well, here's my setup. Water's still trying to boil. It's running on 17 minutes. And my hot cocoa. I haven't decided whether or not I want to cook a hot meal or eat some beef jerky, but I gotta tell you, this remote fuel system by Tinny from Mini Bull Design, awesome. For 20 minutes I've only used about 2 ounces of fuel, probably a little less than that. Pretty good. I switched up my gloves to these Gordinis. They're downfill gloves, Gore-Tex outer shell. So much better. My fingers did not get cold at all, whereas the other gloves were too thin, and the 20-degree weather was just biting right through it. The Montbell thermal wrap pants and my down coat, working out awesome. Oh, I think we might have a boil. Kicking around in there. Yep, that's a boil. And let's see here. Time would be, I don't know if you can see that. Well, 18 minutes, 59 seconds. About 19 minutes. 19 minutes for snow to go into a roaring boil. In a Mini Bull Design cup. Not bad. Man, one thing about sleeping in a hammock, you don't want to get out of a hammock, man. I am so nice and toasty. I had a problem with the Mount Washington 4 underquilt again. I had a draft or a cold spot underneath my butt, and I had to cinch the drawstrings all the way closed, and that kind of did the trick. But other than that, man, I passed out around 11:20. It's now 12:30. Good hour power nap. I also had a problem with the ridge line, and actually, because the trees are too close together, it was just dropping low on me and being annoying, especially if I wanted to sit on it. So I just tied a Prusik knot with some extra bungee cord and latched it onto the gathered end. Bam, done. I think I can get used to this winter camping. This is some good stuff. Alright, I'm gonna fix myself a hot lunch and then head on the trek out. Well, I started this day about 7 o'clock in the morning by the time I got here. It was about 24 degrees, 26 degrees, depending on what my watch said at that time. Right now, it's 35 degrees, according to the watch. All in all, I think all the equipment except for the gloves worked as planned. Little trouble with the not washing the floor as far as the cold spot, but I think I rectified that issue. And the REI Flash 65, I think that's the pack. Aside from the bottom pad straps that seem to be weird, I might have to modify them a little bit. Other than that, I think the pack held everything it was supposed to hold. It was very comfortable on my shoulders. Not more to say about the REI Flash 65. I think it's awesome. Do your research. That's the best advice I can really give you. Before I came out here and did this trek, I did about a solid 2 or 3 months worth of research. And before I do an overnight ride, you really want to do one of these day hikes, because that's gonna put you where you need to be. You're gonna find out what's working and what's not gonna work for you, and then you make some adjustments there. So I'm gonna finish up my meal and I'm gonna head on home, and I'm gonna be really satisfied with the way everything turned out.